So Tawanda, I've got a few pictures of your life here that I want to share with the audience. I call this the picture association period of the MoxieTalk, and should give some great insight into why I wanted to have you on. So this first one is of the Zimbabwe flag. I didn't know if you wanted to speak to it, if you had any thoughts on it, or if you know much about its design.
Yes, I do. The design, if you look at the colors, they all represent something. Zimbabwe used to be called the breadbasket of Africa, so the green is about agriculture.
Okay.
The yellow, or gold, as Zimbabweans would call it, is representative of our mineral health, a lot of minerals there. The red is the blood that was shed in our liberation struggle, which led to independence in 1980, April 18th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. I appreciate you sharing that. Thanks so much. And then this is you now on the flip side, all the way over here in America, and you're doing a keynote, it looks like, or something here.
Yes, I was facilitating a conversation, a panel really, on prioritizing data in healthcare. And yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yes. Now this is one of my favorite pictures I've ever seen of any guest that we've ever had. I mean, it says everything without saying anything, like a lot of pictures do. But what are you doing here? Obviously, this is not here.
It was at Sandia Mountain, right outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
It was my second week in America, and we had gone out there to play the University of New Mexico, and we took one of the days to go off there. And I was just standing there, and one of the photojournalism majors on the team took the picture.
I love it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the statue down in, is it Brazil, Rio de Janeiro?
Yep.
That's what it reminded me of, and there's something very powerful about that. And I can only know what's going on here. Tell me, who are these wild guys you're with?
That was one of my friends, the one over to the left.
Okay.
It was at his wedding, and all of us grew up together. So we were dressed in our traditional garb at his wedding and posed for a picture.
Now, I assume this is in Zimbabwe.
That was in Zimbabwe, yes.
That's great.
Yep.
And look how much he's grown, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go, 16-year-old me.
There you are.
Yeah. This was actually supposed to be a passport photo,
Okay.
but it ended up not becoming one because I was supposed to go on an international trip with our junior national team, and they decided that it's best I stay because I was the only one still in school pursuing college education.
I got you.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to flash forward to who we have now.
There you go. That's me.
There you are.
2020.
There you go. So look at that. That's pretty amazing. Now this next one, this is you. What age are you here?
I was probably about 13 or 14, trying to figure it all out.
Now, did you have any aspirations at that point of going to America or leaving Zimbabwe? Let's put it that way.
At this point, I did not.
Yeah.
It was not even a thing that I knew about.
Oh, wow. And so how did you come upon soccer?
Oh, man. It was something that I just grew up playing. I always joke around and say, my mom says I was born a soccer player because I was kicking the belly, but that's...
I like that. So you guys were just kicking the ball around out in the street kind of thing, and you found that you had a knack for it and a passion for it.
Yeah,
and it went on from there. And now, what's this picture of?
WKU, my sophomore year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. And here you are. Explain what's going on here. Another soccer game.
This is another soccer game. I was still in Zimbabwe. I think it was the year before I came to America. We just finished a national championship game. Luckily, I got to be in 3 national championship games as a junior. We won 2. This one we lost.
And you're in the far left on this picture.
Yes. I was pretty upset.
Yes. Was that picture taken before or after?
After.
You lost? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And
all right, I'll get a...
Oh, yes. So what's going on here? Looks like your graduation?
No, this was a scholarship banquet where I got a scholarship for academic achievement. As an athlete. Most athletes tend to prioritize sports. The grades are not as great. I did okay. I could have done better with more focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, this is kind of what I would call your unsung sport. You were in track and field as you were with soccer, trying to balance the two and go to school.
Yes.
So tell the audience how you made that decision to step back from track.
Yes.
No pun intended.
No, so I came on a scholarship for soccer, but the track coach always saw me run, and he thought I was covering a lot of mileage. He approached my coach, asked me, and I told him that I ran track in high school, gave him my times, and he thought it was good enough for college, so he got me on the team. However, my sophomore year, I needed to bulk up a little bit so that I don't get pushed off the ball in soccer, and so with that, I couldn't run track because you get heavier.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. And now you're out and about here in Louisville society. What's going on here?
Yes, so I think this was at an Urban League Gala in
Yes.
2019
Yeah.
with some of my favorite people in the city.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And this looks like another event, your
Yes.
extroversion in full effect here.
Yes, I think this was at the Kentucky Opera fundraising event.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. And now your pride and joy and what changed your whole world.
There you go. This was New Year's Eve, 2018 with Isaiah. I think that was the first time he stayed up past midnight.
Yeah.
And I was just glad that he was there.
I love it. Now, how did you decide on the name Isaiah? I'm just curious,
You
as
know,
a fellow father.
We were, his mother and I were going back and forth, and her best friend came and said, just call him Isaiah, and we both looked at each other and said, oh, yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
That's it. That's kind of how we named our son. Yeah, just the one we agreed on, right?
There you go.
I love this. Like you guys are having fun at the swing. Or,
Yes, yes. I mean, we enjoy the outdoors, so we try to get out as much as possible.
you guys get along great, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
There you go. And then where's this?
So this was at Yellowstone Park. That's the Sapphire Pool. I try to expose him to as much things
Sure.
as possible,
Sure.
including travel. Every year during the summer, we go on a long road trip.
Does he seem to have some of your interests, such as soccer and doing the
So
mathematical stuff?
he's a basketball guy, but we match in interests when it comes to things like music. He's much more musical than I am because he plays an instrument, but I think the drive to want to go that way came from me because I enjoy music and so many different genres of music.
And last but not least, looks like you're having fun. Where are you guys?
Yes, so that's the same trip we went on all the way Colorado, Utah, Montana, and here we were on our way back, and
Wow.
we passed through Mount Rushmore, and we also got to see Crazy Horse in
Yes.
South Dakota.
That's a every American or non-American, if you will, should see Crazy Horse. That is
Yes.
a feat of human endurance, is what I call it.